Dog owners, I made a mistake with my dog, and I'll be the first to admit whenever I make a mistake or I'm wrong. This dog, I put a couple of videos on about this dog having seizures, and she had her first double seizure, one right after another, November 30th, and took her to Michigan State Canine Emergency, and they put her on phenobarbital. They have to load it up. She gets a dose every 4 hours. And then we went 9 days, and she had another seizure, a bad seizure, and I didn't like that. And this is about the time when I saw Dr. Jones, Veterinary Secrets, on YouTube. So he had mentioned CBD oil. So I knew I could get this right away. So I went and I got the CBD oil. And I went on Google. And I wanted to know, is it safe for the dog to be on phenobarbital and CBD oil at the same time? And I found both good or okay and bad. I found both. That's trouble with Google. You can find just about anything that they say about something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So anyway, I made the decision, and I knew, when I looked, I Googled what happens, when you stop doing the phenobarbital, and I knew that she could have a withdrawal and have seizures. So I was going to take that chance and see what happened. So here I am. I put her on CBD oil, this right here, and my wife had ordered this stuff here, and we just finally got everything yesterday because Dr. Jones also has the videos about nutritional diets and supplements for your dog. So I finally got all this stuff yesterday, and I started giving it to her, to Sasha, and I realized it's going to take a while for that to have an effect. But this right here, she's been doing this. Today is December 16th. So she was on it for 6 days. And the seizure she had yesterday, first one was at 10 in the morning, and it was real small. It wasn't really a big deal. So I made a video, and I put the video on saying, okay, she had a little seizure. It's not that bad. And then 6 hours later, she had another one. And again, not that bad. And then 3 hours later, she had another one. And it started getting a little bit worse. And then around 10 o'clock, she had another. So that's 4 seizures in a 12-hour period. So I made a decision, even though I didn't really want to put her back on the phenobarbital. So I've been loading her up every 4 hours. And after 10 o'clock last night, she had another seizure at a quarter after midnight. And so that's basically 2 hours, and then again at 2:20, 2 hours. So she had a rough night, and I had a rough night, but I'm willing to be by my dog's side and do what I can for her. So she had a dose of phenobarbital at 10, and she had a dose at midnight, and no, it's wrong. Sorry, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Every 4 hours. So then my wife gets up at 6 o'clock, so I decided to go ahead and try to get some sleep. And I expected her to have another seizure at approximately 4:30. So I kind of woke up around that time, and I laid there next to her waiting to see if she's going to have a seizure. And she never did. So I went back to sleep. So I got up at 6 o'clock again to give the third loading dose to the dog Sasha, and she had gone from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock with no seizures. And I decided to keep using this because on Dr. Jones' channel, one of his videos talks about 89% effective with this right here, stopping dogs having seizures, but the dogs were also on phenobarbital. So here it is, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and she still hasn't had a seizure. And I got to give her another loading dose at 10 o'clock. And then after that, there's just going to be her normal dose every 12 hours. So sometime this evening, I'll give her a dose, and then tomorrow morning. So I made a mistake by being hasty. I'm trying to find a veterinarian in my area that I can work with and still do this, a holistic veterinarian. So far, I have not found one. MSU and my local vet, or the first local vet that I went to with her, never gave me any other options than putting her on a pill. And it's not good for her, but it's also not good for her to have seizures every 2 hours. So I was concerned about her health, and I made a hasty decision out of love for her to try to switch her over right away, knowing that she was going to have a withdrawal and have seizures. So now I'm back on this, and I'm going to try to find a veterinarian, because Dr. Jones, I tried to communicate with him on YouTube, but he has nearly 700,000 subscribers. So I would imagine he's very busy. He hasn't contacted me, and he's probably way out in California. Here I am in Michigan. So my quest is to find a veterinarian in the next couple of weeks, because I was supposed to keep her on this and have her blood tested 2 weeks after she started this. But before that 2 weeks had come, I had already taken her off the phenobarbital. So now I put her back on, and now sometime within, the end of the year, I have to have her lined up to see another vet and get her blood tested. And also, she's going to run out of this. I'd have to get another prescription. See, this is half gone already. So I took off the videos that I put on the last couple days, because I don't want anybody else to make the same mistake I did. I jumped the gun and made a hasty decision to put videos on saying what I was doing was better than what she had been prescribed by the veterinarians. And I still think it is better, but I need assistance. I need somebody to walk me through this and help her switch over and help her get better, because she's only 1 year old and she lives to be 15. I've got 14 more years to take care of her. I also have honeybees, and winter is going to be here in the next few days, and it's going to be a long winter, and I got bees to take care of. If you see my other videos, you'll see what I do with my bees all winter long. I monitor the size of the clusters, and if they get too small, I bring them in. And yesterday, I was moving stuff out of the shed, putting it in the garage, so I could also use the shed for storing colonies of bees in their hives in the shed. So anyway, sorry for another long video, but if you watched my other 2 videos about phenobarbital and seizures, I hope you watch this, and when I get it all figured out, I'll put a video on, but I may never get it all figured out, okay? Thank you.